Hi again, it's Kelvin with Building Musicians. Hi again, it's Kelvin. This is Building Musicians. Hi again, this is Kelvin with Building Musicians. And in this video, I want to talk to you about some of the basics of music. I had a band teacher in high school who said that the three most important things in music are, if you're writing this down, get ready, rhythm, rhythm, and of course, rhythm. The reason rhythm is so important is because you can play an entire song and it'll sound worse if you're off rhythm but have the right notes than if you're on rhythm but if you're playing the wrong notes. Don't know if that makes sense to you. But rhythm is the most important thing, and if you're really just starting out and beginning, rhythm is basically the pace that you're playing. The amount of beats and just the time, the flow and the time that you're playing whatever song, whatever music you're playing. Even if you're just playing an exercise, if you're just practicing scales, anything that you're doing, the first thing that you want to learn in music is how to stay in rhythm. If you're playing in a certain rhythm, how to make sure you don't speed up naturally, or how to make sure you don't slow down naturally, is to stay on the same rhythm throughout the entire piece of music, unless for whatever reason that piece of music requires you to slow down or speed up at a certain point. But generally, starting out and as a beginner, the first thing you want to learn is to stay in rhythm. It's what I teach everybody that I teach. First three most important things are rhythm, rhythm, and rhythm. I hope it's come across how important rhythm is. The second most important thing, or I should say the fourth after rhythm, rhythm, and rhythm, the fourth would be tuning. Now this goes for just about all instruments, but not necessarily all of them. For example, if you're playing an electronic keyboard, you don't really have to tune your keyboard. But for just about every other instrument, you have to tune your instrument. We'll talk about that in some of our other videos. But if you're playing guitar, if you're playing bass, really just any other instrument, before you start playing, especially if you're going to be playing with a group of people, you want to make sure that your instrument is in tune. There's some different types of equipment you could buy to do that. You can just buy any kind of tuner. For example, if you've got a guitar, there's just tons of different things just to make sure that your instrument is in tune. Nowadays, you can even download some kind of tuner if you've got a smartphone. Most smartphones you can download a tuner, and just to make sure that before you even start practicing, before you even start playing, you're going to make sure that your instrument is in tune. Before you start practicing guitar, the first step is always to tune your guitar. Same thing with bass, so on and so forth. Any kind of instrument, you're going to make sure that it's in tune. And then after all that, after those things, after rhythm and after tuning, comes note accuracy. Obviously playing the right notes. Now, a lot of people are going to think that this is the first most important thing, but that's actually a mistake. Because you can think you're playing the right note, but if you're not in rhythm, and if your instrument isn't tuned properly, then it doesn't matter what notes you're trying to hit, it's just not going to come out right. So after all these things comes note accuracy. We'll go through all those things in later videos as we start to learn different pieces of music and different skills and exercises that we can do with our instrument. Okay? Rhythm, 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 tuning, and note accuracy. We'll get into some other things like dynamics and things like that in our more intermediate and advanced videos, but we're good with that for now. Those are the basics of music, and we'll see you guys in the next video.